Hi everyone, it's Kim from Apostrophe S, and in this video I'm showing you the winter add-ons for our Sweet Memories kit. Here's a look at the 3 blocks that you'll create: a snowflake, a heart, and a shamrock to celebrate the first 3 months of the year. And I'm going to show you also the base kit, just in case you've forgotten. Oh, let's bring this down. Here's the base kit, the H, the cupcake for O, and M and E. And with this add-on kit, you simply replace the O with each shape so that you can celebrate January, February, and March, just with these 3 little blocks. I think they're really cute, and I like having some of my decor pieces stay out all year, but then just swapping one thing out makes it seasonal for every single month of the year. I love it. So those are the finished blocks. And let me show you what your kit will look like. You'll get your wood pieces here. You'll have paintbrushes, a file, and then this bag contains all of the papers that you'll need, as well as ribbon and some rhinestones, just to add a little something extra to some of these blocks. And from home, you're going to need this paper plate. You'll use it as a paint palette, so dump your paint out and then paint from it. So you'll need your paint and your Mod Podge that you got from the Sweet Memories base kit. You'll also need a pencil, a crayon, a pair of scissors, some sheets of copy paper, and because we're painting, you will want some kind of scrap paper, butcher paper, something to lay on your work surface so it doesn't get messy. And that's all that you're going to need. So we'll go ahead and get started. If you've done the base kit or the holiday kit, you kind of already know the drill. You paint, trace your paper, cut out your paper, glue your paper on, and then file and embellish. So it's pretty basic. This is what I've done so far. I've just painted the outside edges and inside this heart too. It's a little bit sloppy because these shapes are a little bit funny and hard to get around, but that's okay because we're just going to put paper on top of them anyway. So get that done so that they have time to dry, and then we're going to trace our paper. This is pretty easy, but you want to make sure that you keep whatever side is the front, you want to make sure that that's the front on what you cut out too. So if I was to trace it here and then cut out, then my shape would be opposite of this, right? So I want my shamrock to lay this way, and I want it to be polka dotted. So I just put it down, flip it over, trace it, cut out. It's that simple. That's all I'll do there. Now the shapes are a little bit funny, so now I'm going to show you some tips that will help you out. Because with this little snowflake, we had a hard time getting our pencil down into these little cracks. So to work around that, we're going to make a copy paper template. So you'll just put your copy paper on top of your block, and using a crayon or piece of chalk, colored chalk, you can even use the edge of a pencil. You're just going to rub around, trying to hold it still. Like that. Now we have an outline of what our snowflake looks like. So you'll cut this out. I've got my little template right here. And then you'll just transfer it, as if this was the block, you'll transfer onto your paper. So I'll put it there, trace this, and then cut it out. And now I have a snowflake with corners that will actually fit in and be much more accurate than if I was to guess. So that's our tip for the snowflake. The heart is pretty similar. It's not hard to trace the outside, but this little inset or inlay or whatever this is called, that little double heart feature, makes it a little bit tricky. So I've gone ahead and traced my heart. I'm going to place it on top, and I'll do the same technique. So we'll just review it here. You rub, and now I've got an outline of that heart that I need to cut out. So using a pair of scissors, I just I'm pretty blunt with it. Just cut it out. And then follow that edge all along so that you get a heart with the heart cut out, like that. And that will be your template to use on the book paper. And you'll end up with this. Just like that. And I bet you can guess how we're gonna do this inside heart. This time I just have a scrap paper. And I'm really only focused on that inside heart. So I'll cut that one out. I got my template, transfer it onto my glitter paper, and then I've cut out my cute little glitter heart. So you can see now, it's a few extra steps, but it's way easier than guessing where that heart is. So now I've got it like that. It looks perfect. Okay, so now that you've got all of your pieces traced and all of your pieces cut out, we're going to glue them on. So I'm going to use my shamrock. And I decided I want him facing this way. So I'll grab the Mod Podge from my kit, my base kit, and we'll just apply the Mod Podge right on here. And we'll cover all of the edges so that we don't have paper flipping up or curling, or I hate when that happens, when it starts peeling. And then the Mod Podge is great because you can kind of wiggle it around while it's still wet. And then, still wiggling. Then just get some pressure on it and work out any unevenness. Like that. And we've included a file for you, and we like to file down the edges because there's a chance that maybe it's overhanging, the paper might overhang just a little bit. And it's pretty easy to file that down. And truth be told, I really like how that looks, how the white core, when that's kind of exposed a little bit. I like the outline that it gives. I think it looks pretty cute. Now when that's done, you could seal this with the Mod Podge if you want to. You don't need to, but that's just an option for you if you'd like. With these two blocks, the last step for them is to embellish just a little bit. We've got cute little rhinestones on the snowflake and a ribbon for the shamrock. And there's enough length that if you wanted to tie it around the widest part, you probably could. With these rhinestones, they're so tricky to handle with your fingers, so get like a pair of tweezers or an orange stick, like a cuticle pusher kind of thing, and that will make it a lot easier to transfer them from the packaging here to your block. You can use a little extra glue if you want them to stick really strongly, or you could stick them on and then apply the Mod Podge on top to keep them down. Whatever you like. So that is it for the winter add-on kit. Here they are again. And I just like how this is a fun way to, just by making 3 blocks, celebrate the whole first 3 months of the year. And speaking of the new year, we want your new year to be filled with fun and stress-free crafting. So be sure to follow us on Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you'll be the first to know about new products as soon as they launch. And from Apostrophe S, we hope you have a happy, crafty new year. From Apostrophe S, make it yours.